Hey guys, Deutschme Connor here, and welcome back to Heartsfire 4 The Fire Rises. So, picking up from where we left off, we had the East has fallen to the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, and the USSR's recreated, taking the Baltics, Ukraine, Moldova. It's all under occupation, and after we lost, a whole bunch of far right groups began across Western Europe began taking over. It started out with France, I think, then Italy, then and finally us, and we are on the path to restoring the Kaiser, even though Huddersfield wants to go down the path of National Spartanism, which is kind of neo-Nazi, I think. Yeah, it is kind of neo-Nazi. So, but there's a monarchist sentiment. A lot of people want the Kaiser back. They want the German Empire of 1861 back, because now they're finally waking up, and they can no longer hate themselves for being German. Instead, they are looking to the past with nostalgia, and rightfully so. So we can take down the bandits in Moscow, which has occupied much of Eastern Europe. So we gotta stand up to them now. We're done, because we're finished. Also, by the way, sometime off camera during these, I think it's like 1 week during off camera, let's just say that the IRA seized control of Northern Ireland. And the British Army's been defeated. So, that's a shame. That's a bummer. Such a bummer. It's what's left of the EU right down there. The EU's basically dissolved at this point. What's there to wait for? Crush them. Right now we are just dropping the euro. We're trying to fix our economy as we wait for monarchism to rise, so we can replace the German People's State with the German Empire. And now the IRA's moving into Ireland. They're trying to take over the rest of Ireland. Michael Higgins. Yeah, they're up against the IRA. I hope the IRA don't win. Frankly, I'd rather see Ireland be united under the Republic, because the IRA are radical left lunatics. Yeah, they're backed by the Soviets. Look at that. You know what? Can we send some divisions to Ireland or something? 2 divisions.
Jawohl.
Alright, you guys can have some panzers. We'll send you guys some volunteers, because we just want to live in... Us Germans want to live in spite of the Soviets. So, we're just going to send some divisions to Ireland. You know, we'll recreate that time when Germans, when during World War II, the Germans would try to ship over some supplies to Ireland, but they got sank, which would have contributed greatly to the Easter Uprising, by the way.
Taxi bereit.
We're gonna recreate that. So we're just gonna send some people into Belfast.
Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt?
Roger, hinter dir.
Oh no.
Verstanden. Vorwärts, Marsch.
Dude, where's the Irish army? We're gonna get screwed, aren't we?
Zu Ihren Diensten, Herr Kommandant.
Yes! There we go. There we go. They've been defeated. Alright. That's one big L for the Minsk Treaty Organization. And I guess the USSR has a technocracy, socialist technocracy government now. I heard Navalny can take control of the USSR. Like there's a Navalny path for when you play Go Soviet Union, but I think it's only if you go with the new guard, not the old guard, I believe. I have to go as the US. I mean, I played as the USSR once. And I went with Lukashenko as the premier. And that was with the old guard. And it looks like Indochina is completely aligned with China. So, we'll just defend the industry. We'll modernize our equipment. We'll have modern equipment, and then we'll be able to invade Soviets, and we will not repeat the same mistake of 1941 and 1943. This time we'll succeed and we'll defeat the USSR. We'll return to the gold standard. We're gonna fix our economy before we do any more of this stuff. Of course, we gotta reform our military too. Then after that, we can do some political stuff. Belgium's a monarchy. Netherlands is under a military junta. And the UK is under a absolute monarchy, although Keir Starmer is the Prime Minister. But they're gonna finna be aligned with us, and Starmer is a Labour guy. I think for 50, we can like turn our country into a monarchy, I believe. So it's a long way to go. And then we're gonna suspend the consumer economy. No divisions are spawning because we have not economy and the military, so that's why no divisions are popping out as they should. Resistance to occupation. Guys, the Bavarians are chill, and you guys are angry. Like, stop, guys. We give you guys free state status. We give you guys autonomous status. You guys speak German already. So if you don't quit being rebels, we're gonna come down there and turn off Wi-Fi. Okay? Are we making a clear deal right now? I don't think so. So. A gun for every hand and a tank for every battalion. We're getting close. 39%. We need to just keep taking the Old Glory focus. That way we'll get a lot of despot support. And like I said, in the meantime, we will just reform the country. And then we'll reopen the economy, which is fueled by war. Let's see if Trump's still president. And he is! He has repealed the 22nd Amendment, and now he has a third term in office. And he's libertarian, too. Yeah, the conservatives are a very small minority. They're market liberals. I mean, Soviet Union is still gonna go at war with a lot more countries. They're definitely looking at Serbia right now. They're probably gonna go after Albania as well. At least the Hellenic state has won. Okay, that's our economy done. Now we can open up our military. Look at that. Now we're training fresh new soldiers. And then we'll be deploying them. And then we'll be forming new armies. And then we will head up north and take control of Scandinavia. Hey, would you look at that? We can now overthrow the government. We're gonna turn our country into a monarchy. Let's go with the spirit of Bruchmula. We'd go with the spirit of Rommel, but we're not Nazis. We're monarchists. Yeah, now we can militarize. Look at that. And now we are now we're a monarchy again. Led by Heinrich, whatever that number is. And this guy, he's a Reichsbürger IRL. He tried to form a German interim government, because if you don't know what the Reichsbürgers are, they are basically people that believe the German Empire, the German Reich, still exists. Like, whenever it be Nazi Germany or the Second Reich, also known as the Kaiserreich, they still think those exist. And people like this guy right here set up interim governments, which is actually which I think it may be illegal in Germany to set up like those governments. Like, he set up a Kingdom of Germany, and it was the German flag upside down, like the modern German flag upside down, not this one. But he did just that, and I think he got arrested for that. And along with some, like, very, very right-wing stuff he got arrested for. I think, like, I don't know what exactly he got arrested for, but, you know, I don't think it's a good idea to stage a coup against a country, frankly, but, yeah. And it looks like this guy got his wish, and now he's Kaiser. But I kind of wish there was different Kaiser paths for Germany, like the Wittelsbachs and most importantly the Hohenzollerns, the ones that united Germany in 1871. Look at that. Let's now restore the imperial laws. Maybe we can make freedom of speech legal again, because that's how it was in the Kaiserreich. Freedom of speech was definitely allowed, but it was limited during World War I, I believe. But and then it was legal after World War I until Hitler came along, and then he threw freedom of speech out the window. Like, isn't it obvious? He basically destroyed freedom of speech. Well, freedom of speech under him was allowed, but freedom after said speech was not guaranteed. And it is almost guaranteed you'd be sent to Dachau or something. So, alright, now we can restore imperial laws. Okay, I ran out of political power. Let's eliminate the Dergs. The Dregs. Dergs are the Ethiopians that overthrew the monarchy, so We'll eliminate the dregs. We're gonna get rid of them. There we go. And we'll reform the Imperial German Army. Oh, I'm noticing, monarch. I'm noticing, I just noticed we have new portraits. Imperial German portraits. Nice. And of course we can give Austria its state again. We don't want to rule over those people. You know, they're causing a lot of trouble. I mean, it's stabilizing, which is good, but I think they deserve their own state, frankly. But they will be a puppet of us, of course. But yeah, we're just gonna undo 1918, undo the events of November 1918. There we go, we have now formed the Duchy of Austria, which is also under a monarchy, led by the Rus. Res. Yeah, led by the Res. In Namen des Kaisers. Gott mit uns. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the political territory. But first we gotta... Next we gotta... expand our military. While we do that.
Zu Ihren Diensten, Herr Kommandant.
We got all these divisions laying around, and we can't let them be sitting ducks.
Verstanden.
Certainly, so...
Marschgeschwindigkeit erreicht.
1-6, hier 1-4, sind am Sammelpunkt Alpha. Bleiben auf Empfang. Erbitte Status. Over.
So we gotta recruit them. We gotta bring them into the German army as we prepare to invade Scandinavia. Yeah, these parties are still outlawed. Like CDU, SPD, they all seem to be outlawed. I mean, Die Linke deserves to be outlawed. They deserve it. They definitely deserve to be outlawed. Like, that was the party that ruled over East Germany, after all. Alright, let's radicalize the masses. I want to see the Soviet focus tree real quick. We're just going to radicalize the masses. And then we'll form the Pact of Steel. Along with France and many other countries. Education in the New Germany. We are growing a generation of patriots. Let's just make sure they're not ashamed of their country's history. I mean, they can for sure be ashamed of Nazi Germany, but they shouldn't be ashamed of the rest of the country's history. Certainly. They certainly should not be ashamed of this country's history. Other than 1933 to 1945, obviously. Like, has Kaiser Wilhelm II once said about the Nazis, "For the first time ever, I am ashamed to be a German." He said that once Hitler was in charge. He said that. Alright, we have formed a new axis. And then we can invite the Greeks in there. Seems like China defeated Bhutan. And now they are under military occupation. Looks like Thailand sided with the Chinese. Full or orange. Alright, we can now invite both the UK and the Greeks. There we go. That's good. They joined. And would you look at that, the Soviets are going after the rest of the Balkans. Yep, there they go. And there's war in the Koreas. Second Korean War just broke out. The world's getting crazy again. Sooner or later, there's going to be another war in Europe, too. Like, this is the if you thought the 2020s was bad, well, you have not seen anything yet, girl. We gotta arm ourselves. We need better equipment that'll last up to 2040. European Pact is steel. Can support the Greek nationalists. We do that, but they're not at war yet. They're not in a civil war anymore. Civil war ended. Alright, let's exert influence over the Allies. So now every country can be a monarchy. We'll influence monarchies all over Europe. And then we'll make Italy monarchist again. We'll make France a monarchy. We'll make all of Europe monarchies. Alright, 1918 undone, boys. Oh boy, it looks like Japan's entering the war. Yeah, they are. And it looks like this is where the Great Asian War breaks out. It's the last straw.
Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt?
There it is. Burning, the fire burns through the Asia Pacific. Pacific no more. Can stabilize the regime. Alright, now let's go after
Zu
the...
Ihren Diensten, Herr Kommandant.
Let's head into the Scandinavia region of Europe. And then we'll bring them into the Pact of Steel. We'll make them our puppets. You guys may have monarchies, but you don't really have but they're not really monarchies. They're constitutional ones. They have to be absolute monarchies. So we're coming in. We're gonna come there, and we're gonna make the king the absolute leader, and they're gonna like it. If they refuse, we'll just find another one. We'll just put like a German king in charge or something. I don't know. Alright. Special military operation in Scandinavia has begun.
1-6-4-1-4 sind am Sammelpunkt Alpha. Bleiben auf Empfang. Erbitte Status. Over.
Guys, you really shouldn't have capitulated to Soviets. There we go.
Herr Kommandant?
Yeah, that was real stupid of you guys. But you did that. You let them take us by leaving NATO. I don't care. You wouldn't make peace with them. You were part of that bug. So, fuck out of here. Oh no, they've taken Copenhagen. Need to kick him out. Soon it'll be our turn. There it is. We crossed. Now we're in Sweden. Dude, what are you doing? Do I really have to come down there and save you guys? Fine.
1-6, hier 1-4 sind am Sammelpunkt Alpha. Bleiben auf Empfang. Erbitte Status. Over. Vorwärts, Mako. Ziel markieren. 1-6, hier 1-4 sind am Sammelpunkt Alpha. Bleiben auf Empfang. Erbitte Status. Over.
Alright. Let's now go down to Spain and help them out. As we are blitzing through Northern Europe.
Roger, clear.
Doesn't this look beautiful?
Marsch!
We may have even bombed Paradox's headquarters.
Jawohl, Hauptmann.
I'm kidding. But just saying, we probably did bomb Paradox's headquarters. Alright, there goes the Kingdom of Sweden. There it is. Now they're a monarchy, and they're an absolute monarchy. Now we just need to make Norway a monarchy. There we go. Now that's what I call an absolute monarchy.
Herr Kommandant?
Anyway, now I think it's time we send these divisions onto the eastern border. You're gonna see why in the next episode. Alright, we can now begin our offensive into Spain. Throw the Spaniards out of France.
Jawohl, Hauptmann.
Try. That'd be a big improvement. Would you look at that?
Zu Ihren Diensten, Herr Kommandant.
Checkmate. "28 divisions." Look at that.
Ein 6, hier 1, 4 sind am Sammelpunkt Alpha. Bleiben auf Empfang. Erbitte Status. Over.
Let's take a look at this. Look at that. They all got destroyed. Only like 571 people died in this war. Look at the Spanish casualties. Oh my lord. There we go. Now Spain is under French occupation. Well, I'm glad we could help. If you need and if you need some people to, if you need another country to conquer, be sure to let us know. And we'll throw a bunch of panzers at them. Meanwhile, we gotta put German troops on the eastern border. Because, like I said, what's about to happen. And then we're gonna learn some bitter lessons from the European War. Man, I cannot believe we can actually see what the USSR is planning. It's crazy. I mean, maybe because they have a good maybe because somehow we have a very good opinion of it. Like, why is the Kaiser having a good opinion on them? These are people that want to enslave us, folks. These are people that want to push their ideology on us and make us atheists. And you are flirting with their leader, Heinrich? I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Marschgeschwindigkeit erreicht.
I mean, that's sort of like what Trump does with Putin a little bit. Like Trump kind of tries to influence Putin, but you know, he just wants peace, which I don't blame him for. But he's still, I'm sure deep down he's pro-Ukraine, Trump. But he wants to have good relations with Putin. But hence why he's so like, how do you call it? Deutschmechaniker.exe has stopped working. Hesitant to be more vocally for Ukraine. And I mean, he will probably sanction Russia soon, but I don't want to talk about it even more because this is my YouTube channel and I don't want to talk politics on my... I would try to avoid politics on my YouTube channel, and I'm happy to talk about it maybe on my Twitter or X, but I'm just saying that, like, what the Kaiser of Germany is doing with the Soviet leader is kind of like what Trump is doing with Putin. Seriously. Just saying. And would you look at that? We have to come... We have to back them up again. So I see you guys are having trouble with the Portuguese. Let's see what you guys are dealing with here. We'll fix this issue out. All it'll take is just some panzers. That's all. That's all you really need is some panzers. What is that right there? A Hagenkreuz, are you serious? Reichsbürger economics. We're going with that. We're there, dude. Okay, I have a feeling France is going to go after Switzerland next, so... I don't know. What are they going after next? Okay, it seems like they are gonna demand Mediterranean holdings. So they're not going after Switzerland. Bro, we don't want Portugal. France, I think this is for you. FSP. Yeah, there are some minor bugs that I'm gonna have to fix with console command.
Jawohl, Hauptmann.
Yeah, the consoles for development, not cheating. I mean, sure, I do cheat, like, sometimes. Or maybe, like, all my playthroughs, you will see me deleting divisions, but tell you, here's the truth. Everybody cheats. You know? Everybody cheats. And it's fine. But unless if it's on their wife or girlfriend, then that's a sin right there. You don't do that. I mean, the Mormons might be fine with it, but that's the truth. It's not cool to cheat on your... It's not cool to have a second girlfriend or second wife. That's not okay. That's not right. But video game cheating, it's fine. You know? A lot of people do it. Everybody does it. I just want to see, like, what'll happen when this country, you know, takes over, because that's the goal of these playthroughs, is to take over. That's why I would like to do it sometimes. Okay, we got some focuses to do, or researches to do. We figuring out what we can do about construction and fracking and all that bullshit. Yeah, they're done with their focus. Almost. Hell yeah, boy! You're our brother in Christ against the Red Pest. We're united together, boy. Of course we can join your anti-Soviet bloc. Because they're the top enemy we face right now. They're the top threat that everybody faces. We can invite Spain and Portugal, but I don't know. They seem to be under French occupation already. But we can support their nationalists if we want. We can permit foreign legion recruitment once these two are done. Yeah, once we support European nationalists, but then we're going to do the Chancellor's Guiding Hand. It's actually the Kaiser's Guiding Hand, but don't worry about that. But we'll support European nationalists. And then the Kaiser will guide us. And before you know it, we'll have German panzers be all over Moscow, and then we'll take over Stalingrad. Even though we failed to do it in 1943, we're definitely going to succeed this time. We're definitely going to succeed. You know, we did it in 1918. Only Hitler could not defeat them. Only the Kaiser can do that. So we gotta... So we cannot lose. We will recreate the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. And we will finish off the USSR once and for all. Yeah, I think we have enough divisions. I believe it's what we need. It's all that we need. Although some down here would be nice.
Roger, clear.
So, put this guy in charge. And then we're gonna station them in Greece. That way we can quickly take the Balkans. Hopefully. Okay, now France is going after Cyprus. We're not going to get involved in that. Because we need to build our military up. And then we'll permit foreign legions. Then we'll solidify our control. So the Kaiser has full control over Germany. And when the time comes, we're marching eastward. And then we will take down the USSR. And then we will proclaim the Fourth Reich which is not the Nazi Reich, but a new Kaiserreich. We'll proclaim that. A lot of fighting in Asia. There's about to be a lot more fighting in Europe, definitely. I mean, it's gonna happen. We're gonna make it happen. And China's taken down India. And India's in a state of a civil war. So, because of this, we're gonna have to do the OTA defense initiative. I mean, it's not related to China taking India, but it's due to the Soviet Union's influence, mainly. And we're gonna have to protect the OTA, because we can't have them get over to East Germany again.
Hat niemand ein Taxi bestellt?
Alright, let's send these divisions down to Greece. Including that foreign volunteer legion. They're also going to go down to Greece. And help out the German station, help out the army station there. And so, as we prepare to invade the USSR, this is where we'll leave it off until the very next part. So, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, join my Discord server. This has been Deutsche Amerikaner und auf Wiedersehen.